On this episode of the Electron Show, Dark One meets his hero.
It was surreal.
Meletius loses his mind. And Retro electrocutes himself.
I think I got it now.
Welcome to the Electron Show, the program for the positively charged culture. And now, here is your host, Retro.
In just a few moments, we will enter the Electron Magazine Game Lab, where Meletius and Dark One have been working up a presentation on Minecraft. They may have been deviating from the plan a bit.
All the big producers coming, it's a big hit.
Of course, later in the conversation pit, we will be talking about the Gary Numan tour in support of his new music project, Splinter, as well as the other bands on the tour, Big Black Delta and Roman Remains. In the Tech Shop with Dark One, we have a great discussion on upgrading software, some new advances in music performance, and we get to air some complaints that we share with most of you on software releases coming too soon. Also, our funny folks joining us for this edition of the Electron Show is the real John Travis and Canadian funny guy and radio host Joe Crawford.
I know you're gonna dig this.
This is the Electron Show with Dark One, Meletius, Misan, and your host, Retro.
Oh man, bro. I was playing that new Grand Theft Auto all night, bro. Mountain Dew.
While driving yesterday, I saw a banana peel in the road and instinctively swerved to avoid it. Thanks, Mario Kart.
And now, it is time to enter Area 52, the Electron Magazine Game Lab. The location is so secret. It is Area 52.
Unacceptable.
I think this man is using hacks. No, yes, no, yes, we will report him.
Hey, Barney 5, you want to get shot in the knees? There you go. He's gone. I got to get out of here. I got 4 coffee orders on me. I got to move. Oh, man, this is bad. They blew my back window out. Oh, God, I'm not going to live. I'm going to die. I'm not going to make it. Oh, I'm not even going to make it. God, the car flipped in the alley. I got to move. Broke it. I broke it. How long have I been playing this? 15 minutes. I already found a glitch. Okay. Yeah. Yep, time of death. Time of glitch. 11:22. Yep.
Well, this isn't Minecraft. What are you playing?
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh. Explains it.
It's kind of like building.
It's more like destruction than construction.
Destruction is a form of construction. You have to tear the ground up to start a building. Sometimes you have to use hand grenades and RPGs.
Well, did you get around to building anything in over the past week in Minecraft?
Yes, me and Dark One actually got a chance to finish up the underground research facility that's underwater.
Oh yeah, I saw y'all were working on that. Yeah,
turned out okay. Dark One knows more of the details about what you can do.
Yeah, but it's a game that's sweeping the world. It's extremely popular now.
Yes, it is.
Meletius is waiting for Dark One to say something. Dark One. Since the Gary Numan concert, you haven't been a lot of fun.
I've been half dead.
You need some juice.
I don't need the juice.
Anyway, so yeah, okay. Go ahead, Dark One, and start describing your side of it.
Okay. Well, Minecraft, it is essentially Legos for adults. You can build pretty much anything you want, any size you want, anywhere you want. All you got to do is just understand the physics of Minecraft itself. Like, we just built an entire facility underwater, and it was a matter of knowing how to remove the water by filling the water in, deleting it with other blocks. You phase those out, you break the blocks that you filled the space in with, and then you have empty space.
I've never seen anyone else build something underwater.
I have, but not to the degree that we did. I mean, I put it this way. We have an airlock that you can literally go, it's underwater, and you can actually go in and out of the facility through it, and it will not flood at all, period.
And just to mention, on the show notes at electronmagazine.com, viewers can look at these pictures while we're discussing it. So you have it was like a helicopter pad or something to get to it, right?
Yes, there's actually two ways. Well, the one main way, because how the game is set up, you can take a boat. So there's a couple of boat docks that are actually there. You can just basically take the boat and just get right there, and once you do, you can just go inside. But yeah, we also put a helipad out there just for the effect, but it's really neat. The whole structure is basically made of iron and glass, like different color glass. Yeah. Pretty cool.
And also, I love the drips. You got some water occasionally dripping from the ceiling, but that's built into the game itself, right?
Yes.
Because, I mean, you don't have much between yourself and the water outside. When you were building it, you used just enough structure to keep it from imploding inward onto you.
Right.
Right. When you're underwater and you've only got a block between the water and the open air, that's what it does. It just drips. It does make a nifty effect, though.
It is. It's pretty awesome. I guess the only thing that was probably the hardest part is building light underwater. Is very, very difficult to see. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
And if you have a high resolution like monitor, or even like an older type, fatback monitor, it still is hard to see. And so you have to deal with that a little bit, and just dealing with being able to see maybe like 2 or 3 blocks in front of you. But I mean, if you can get past that, it's pretty simple.
Other than the underground thing, before you built this samurai temple or something.
Yes, it's a authentic Japanese city. Me and Darkeone and another friend of ours, we worked on it for it. Actually, it was a 7-month project.
Well, it had to be. It's absolutely amazing. And of course, again, electronmagazine.com, you can see screenshots of the structure. But explain now. What I want to know is in this one really nice shot, I see a little guy standing in front of a tree, and I assume it looks like Meletius. Isn't that you? In front of, there's like a little tree.
No, that's actually Darkeone.
Oh, is that Darkeone? Okay, that explains it, because he's standing in front of the tree, and of course his back to the tree. It looks like he's watering the tree with something. Gee, I wonder what that is. So I'm out there watering the tree. I'll be right in. Okay, guys.
This is a warning to anybody that wants to play Minecraft and you start building. It will consume you. So make sure that your equipment is up to par if you start to building something really big and massive, because you will put a lot of time into it.
Yeah, that's what's really amazing. When I first saw him, like, what? Why? There's no one jumps out behind a tree and starts shooting at you or anything like. But there are dangers. Explain the dangers in Minecraft. Yes. You gotta have some kind of dangers, and it's like that. We've been doing some research on this real interesting project, British company Uvi, who's doing spin tires, which is a simulation of like big trucks, going across domain. When they come out with it, it'd be much better if you're trying to drive these giant trucks, and then all of a sudden you're attacked by bad guys. That seems to be so. Minecraft built that in, so there are bad guys that can jump out and attack you or something. So explain some of those.
Well, I will explain my favorite. First off,
it's got to be zombies. It's got to be zombies.
No, there's something worse than that. It's
really?
Called an Enderman. Yes, it's called an Enderman. And the first time I had an experience with this thing, I was playing the game around about 3 a.m, and it has this eerie music that plays with it. And it teleports, and its mouth is gaped open, and it screams if you try to attack it.
and it likes to steal blocks. But it's a very nice monster because every time that it gets close to you and it has a block, it'll say "I love you." So
that's bizarre.
Yeah, you will know. They're like these tall black creatures. They look like space aliens. It's weird, made out of blocks. It's just
made out of blocks. You sounds like you're describing Slender Man in the world.
He almost looks like Slender Man, and that's the interesting thing about the Enderman is that he resembles Slender Man a little bit, but not exactly. You can tell the difference between the two, but I just like him because he likes to steal blocks when you're building.
And he says, "I love you" when he gets close to you.
Yeah, he says, "I love you," and he'll take, part of your wall out or a piece of your floor. Or
and of course, we got to explain the Slender Man. That's a very popular game in its own right, which on coming episodes, I'm sure we'll talk about it, because me-son's like really into Slender Man, and we'll have to get into that because it plays with what people fear the most, which is the dark, right? But
yes.
So other than that, now there's zombies walking around. See, I thought you would really get off on zombies because you like zombies.
Yeah,
well, I don't
like
know
zombies.
You like to destroy zombies. I think it's more accurate.
Yes. The zombies are neat. They usually come out at night. A lot of the creatures come out at night or in dark areas, like in caves or anything like that. The zombies are interesting. I like them. The characteristics of a lot of the enemies or the creatures in the game, they don't really like move like what you normally would think. I mean, they actually move at a decent pace. And they just basically like slap you and can hurt you.
Yeah, but they'll surprise you. It's like you think they're over there, and then you get your attention on something else, and then you turn around like, duh, they're there. It's like that, like those angel statues in Doctor Who. It's like you don't look away, and when you do, and you look back, they're right in front of me.
Right. It's they do that a lot. Another thing too is that whenever you're underground, you don't have a lot of light, so you have to lay torches down, and you can hear them. They're just like, moaning around and stuff. And you're like, okay, I can hear them, and then you start hearing like them, like that slosh noise of them rubbing up or trying to walk, and it's like, oh great, they're around here somewhere.
That's dark one in the morning, I thought.
Yeah, at times, especially without sleep.
after the concert, I guess dog one sounded
he was sloshing around after the concert a lot. Yeah.
A little side note that was not due to alcohol.
It was due to sleep deprivation.
No inebriation.
His depends were full. I think that I shouldn't say that. Everybody's going to get the wrong idea. So let's talk about ratings. And of course, we have this rating system with Electron Magazine. It's not just like, you go to a restaurant and say, oh, this restaurant is 4 out of 5 hats. We actually have protons and neutrons. So the protons being positively charged, clever, neutrons being negatively charged. So now that we've explained that, so give me the protons, 1 to 5. And what's the positives, 1 to 5? Meletius, you go first.
I would actually give it a 5. The protons about it is that what you can do in the game is only limited by your imagination. And that goes a long way. I mean, if you can think it, you can make it happen.
Well, isn't that the basis of what makes this game so popular? Because you're actually building, as opposed to it's like every other game, you're blowing things up and destroying everything. This, you're actually building something, and it gives you a tremendous feeling of accomplishment.
Yes, and you do have that. And also there's another part to it, too, which is the survival mode, where your simple survival in the game requires you to actually build your tools. Go actually make a crop for you to make food so that way you can eat so you don't die.
Wow.
I mean, and then that's where mostly you run into a lot of the creatures and the enemies like, zombies or creepers will attack you during like that type of phase. But
yeah, well, Dark One, what's your protons? What do you get at 1 to 5?
5 as well. That would be because agreeing with what Meletius said, the sky's the limit. I mean, there's a lot of imagination that you can put into play. You're not just building; it's also an art form. It really is. You're not just putting together blocks. You're making art. be it a building, be it a statue, be it, just a house that you're building for survival mode. Everybody's going to make something different.
And also, you can build with other. I mean, you build by yourself, but you can other people can come in and build. Like you guys are building stuff together.
And you can make such massive projects. And once you get a bunch of people together that can share the same idea or even different ideas, just meeting on common ground or sky like we did,
or water,
floating
common
city.
water. Well, what about then of course, is there any neutrons, anything negative, 1 to 5, being 1 being not as negative and 5 being the most negative as far as neutrons go? Is there any of those?
There'd be 1.
Yeah.
Out of anything in the game.
You want me to do a drum roll?
Thing.
You're teasing me. You want me to do a drum roll?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. It's like
that would be server functionality. The amount of the tedious process that is not only building a server, but trying to open ports, trying to make sure everybody else can connect. It is an extremely manual process. Once you get it up and going, it's stable, very stable. It can automate things for you. It will auto-save the world. It can back up the world. You can use different programs such as Craft Bucket to put your own plugins in to modify the world, your gameplay. For instance, the Enderman stealing blocks, you can get a plug-in to prevent that from happening. If you place a block, they can't touch it. And it preserves your work.
Yeah, but isn't that considered a cheat? Some consider that a cheat.
Well, you can do it within reasonable limits.
Well, yeah, I guess it'd be like, using bug spray when you're outside in the summer. That's like a cheat, but you're cheating. I'm cheating nature. I'm not letting mosquitoes suck my blood and give me the disease. So, that's some things that wouldn't be a cheat, I guess. So just one neutron then.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Rates kind of highly. Well, Meletius, are you any negative neutrons from you?
I have to say, I have to agree with Dark One. I mean, it's just one. The time frame, trying to get everything set up to actually play on a server and check stability. I mean, it can take some time. That's the only thing that you really run into an issue with. I mean, as for the gameplay of the game, I mean, it's very simple, easy, straightforward. I mean, you kind of know what you're doing. Basically, just play the game for a little bit. You'll figure everything out within first couple of hours that you're playing it. But once you do get it open, like you said, once it's up and going, I mean, it's stable. You can have excellent connection or just sad, really slow connection, and you'll still be able to connect and still be able to actually do things on it. But I would give it just one neutron.
Well, great. So we've got 2 +5s and 2 -1. So that's a +8. So I want to mention too, it's extremely addictive. Maybe that's a secret. Is there a way? I'm not sure, but is there a way that somebody that's new to the game can hop in there? And is there a social element to it where people can maybe go in and work with people that are more experienced inside the game?
Yes, very much so. There is a console where you would type T, and it pulls up a little bar where you can type text in. So if you don't have like chat communications or anything, you can text chat between players, and you can request items. For people that are, say, OPs, they have permissions to spawn in anything into the game, or you can also use commands by using / to teleport each other. Say if somebody were to go digging in a cave and they get lost, they don't know how to get out, they can teleport with a command to another person.
That's very useful. Yes, it's very useful.
And here's another cool thing, shifting gears a little bit, is you go digging in the ground and you'll find things like veins of gold.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you'll find gold, you'll find diamond, You'll find coal that you need to just do basic, simple things.
Yeah, but I wonder if I'll find that missing left sock of mine. I'm not sure. Maybe, but then you can use these elements that you find. So it's like a parallel. Maybe that's what's so much fun about it is you're actually building. You're getting a sense of accomplishment because you're building something. But then it's also based on a level of reality. But then as far as digging and the physics of digging and building. But then they throw in the strange creatures and the zombies and everything to bring that, lack of a better term, fantasy edge to it. True video game kind of conflict level of it. But it is a game of survival at the same time.
It is a game of survival, and a lot of what you do in survival mode really requires you to actually have supplies. Like you need to have wood, and you have to be able to build your weaponry, and you have to even build your tools just to mine and everything. So yes, it really does.
So the bottom line is, if you're tired of just yet another shooter game or crashing and that kind of thing, and you want to build, then Minecraft is for you.
Hey, this is Zelda. I'm not in right now. Please leave a message.
Zelda! It's me, Link! Zelda, it's Link! Saved Hyrule, saved the whole kingdom? What, got a magic sword? Saved the crystal? I'm tweeting? I'm on Facebook? How come you're not liking my pictures?
This is Mystery, and you are listening to The Electron Show. American mechanical genius and World War I dogfighting ace Eddie Rickenbacker once said, "Think positively and masterfully with the confidence and faith, and life becomes more secure, more fraught with action, richer in achievement and experience."
Hi, this is John from Big Black Delta, and you're listening to The Electron Show. Hey, Meletius, I wish you were here, man.
I hate when I just miss a call by that last ring. Hello? Hello? Darn it. But when I immediately call back, it rings 9 times and goes to voicemail. What did you do after I didn't answer? Drop the phone and run away?
And now, it is time to enter Area 42, the Electron Magazine Tech Shop.
Ah, beautiful, baby. That's wonderful.
I got this really exclusive offer today. You want to hear about it? I got this really exclusive offer from the Big V.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so upgrade today and get 1 free iPhone 5C. An exclusive offer. But the interesting thing is, next to the free is this big asterisk, like somebody killed a bug. Yeah, free, that sounds great and everything, but the plans start at $45 for monthly access. Well, that's what it starts at. So I don't know about iPhones. I don't know. Have you ever used an iPhone?
I have not. I've got quite a few friends that have. I am more geared towards Android. I cannot stand Apple products. I'm just...
You Apple fans out there, you can address your complaints to Darkeone at electronmagazine.com. Okay, go ahead.
But, just trying to keep an open mind there. Reasons as to why, I should choose iPhone over Android.
Oh, when you
I'm
were
just
saying...
an Android fanboy, but
yeah,
anything
me too.
I can learn about thine enemy...
Thine enemy. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of Apple.
Being a technician, I'd like to know how to work on both, know how to access both,
Yeah, my whole attitude about, platform selection is basically I just want something that works. I have my favorites. I'm actually partial to good Korean technology. Samsung, LG. I know you've got Samsung. You've got
I've got the Galaxy S4.
Yes. And
Big S.
Yeah, the Big S. Oh, that company that's named after the Olympic running sport. Yes. So, yeah, we're not going to mention any names. Actually, yeah, we purposely don't mention names because we're still trying to decide on what the official communications company is going to be for Electron Magazine and the Electron Show. So we're still, they're still stepping up to the plate. So we're, down the road sometime, maybe we'll do that. But just interesting, you get these ads in the mail and, they make them sound like, oh, we're doing you a big favor, free, free, free. And then you get into it and it's like, Speaking of Android, you had an interesting experience lately.
With
upgrades.
With KitKat for a Big S.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they rolled it out, and there have been severe issues relating to radio, battery life, and a couple other random things, some subtle, some not so subtle. And several people have had to turn around and go to their retailer and see if they could have it flashed and fixed. In my case, I was having a Wi-Fi access issue. It would not enable the Wi-Fi receiver. I lucked out. I was able to walk in there, explain the issue, and he flashed it straight through Samsung, and everything went back to normal.
4.4.3.
I've heard that some people have not had that kind of luck. Yes, 4.4.3.
Okay.
Android names their versions of their OS after foods to make fun of, other manufacturers like Apple.
Yeah.
They have more serious names like Snow Leopard. You know. Android's whole thing is, let's be the laid-back developers. So they named theirs after foods. Like the one before KitKat was Jelly Bean.
Right.
And, I guess that kind of works with the suspicion there, because you'll have Apple users overhearing Android users, and they're like, yeah, I just upgraded to KitKat. What are you talking about? What did you do with your KitKat? So
I guess they're trying to differentiate themselves. So one is fruit and healthy, and the other one is candy and
yeah, that makes sense too. There's another level of satire there. Android naming theirs after random candy.
Right. Yeah, and of course after using it you have a sugar crash, which is what Anyway, enough about these phones. So we'll see who's stepping up to the plate here, and we'll figure it out. But like I said, I'm partial to the good Korean technology, Samsung and LG, stuff like that. However, speaking of technology and everything, this is the technology section, and I think this is a technology because I had a very interesting day today. Of course, I went down. You met him at the concert the other night.
Right.
Mike with Sleishman Drums out of Australia, and he is in Nashville, and they've set up shop, and this is really high-end stuff. This is stuff you're not going to find at the big box. The man that invented these drums, Billy Drums, he actually invented the double bass kick pedal way back in the day, late 60s or something, and been making these exquisite high-end handmade drums. Amazing technology. But what I wanted to mention is I went down there and I had a meeting with him, and it's the big Nashville rehearsal studios, which it's actually on that TV show. They show up sometimes, and it's where everybody plays and what have you. And it was really cool because in Studio B, right next door to us, Sheryl Crow was rehearsing for her new tour. So we got serenaded by Sheryl Crow all afternoon. It was awesome. But in comes Futureman. Futureman, that's what everybody knows him as. Of course, that's Roy Wooten, Wooten Brothers, 5-time Grammy Award winner, Bella Fleck, the whole shooting match. And he was getting one of these drum kits. He was about to go off and do a jazz thing with Jeff Coffin. Jeff Coffin, sax player, Dave Matthews Band, on and on and on. But anyway, so he comes walking in. We had a wonderful conversation, but he comes in and the kit's set up, but the kick drum is in the center. Now get this, the kick drum is pointing up, right? So the drum head that would normally be facing the audience is facing up. Underneath is the double kick pedals, which are just absolutely amazing. And any speed metal drummers should know about these pedals because they're absolutely amazing. But not just the pedal, these drums. So what they did is they pitched it up like that. They set the drums up. It was experimental at first, but it works. They actually cut F holes in the side of the drum, just like in a violin or cello, right? So it projects the air. Yes, exactly. Into the shell and into, so it lets out just like a cello. Oh, so wow. The air is projecting out and everything. Amazing sound. First of all, the technology of Sleishman drums is amazing. And they sound absolutely phenomenal. But the technology thing I was going to mention, of course, we're talking about music in the tech section, but this is still like a new technology, a new usage, where he can play double pedal underneath, but above he can play, and he was playing with his hands, and he can play with sticks, just like a big floor tom, moved his snare over a little bit to the side, and then as he described, he brings the hi-hat more around in front of him, so he plays it more open, and it's like, he said, it's more like kung fu, ready to, with like karate chops with both your hands, so it's more aggressive. Or impolite, I think is what he called it, his impolite division. And he sat there and was just playing and messing around. And of course, Misun was there. And so she's standing merely 3 feet from him, watching him trying out this new rig and setup. And I was trying to be cool because I'm looking at this thing going, maybe I'm just not up on how the guys are doing the drum. No, this is the first time anyone's done that. And it was absolutely amazing, and the sound and everything. And so we had this great conversation afterwards. And Futureman, now see, he's drummer extraordinaire, plays with everybody. He also has a degree. He's an engineering background, degreed in mathematics, like, what is it, like vortex something. I mean, we had this great conversation about the Pythagorean theorem, and he's just really amazing as far as just being intelligent. But he truly is Futureman. I mean, the future walks among us. Of course, this whole week has been interesting. Of course, with the concert, and I'm speaking of Gary Numan, your new buddy. Mm-hmm. Have you?
The coolest man alive.
You still haven't gotten over that, have you? I don't think you have.
No, I haven't.
So, what's the final word on? And we really should mention as far as upgrading. As far as upgrading goes, this is my philosophy as far as, having an engineering background. I'm partial to wait and see, because one hang-up I don't know, it's not my hang-up. One problem I have with a lot of the software companies, and it's also games and it's production stuff, because I make a living off this stuff. I'm not going to pay a company for the privilege of troubleshooting their software that they release too soon anyway. And game companies do that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very common in the gaming community.
Yeah, and it's just, guys, stop it. So what I do is I usually get an upgrade of software or anything when they're about to come out with the new version, because by that time, that version is stabilized. Okay, so I can get on with it. I can work with it. I don't have to worry about strange bugs popping up. So as far as technology, that's where I stand. So where do you stand? Oh, Dark One, enlighten us.
Okay. With the gaming thing, it's got its benefits and it's got its repercussions. With its benefits, sometimes you'll find interesting glitches. You'll find little loopholes, like easy ways to get money really quick.
No, that's good.
Or things of that nature. Well, exploits. But the repercussions would include breaking the game, for instance, to the point where you can't save, or it crashes and you lose everything that you worked so hard to get.
Yeah.
Or you know, it may damage files on your computer. I've had PC games that were not patched correctly that just started corrupting files almost like a virus.
Oh boy.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
As far as say Microsoft updates or Android updates, you do need to, I would recommend using precaution with those, because there's always going to be something that they didn't catch right offhand.
Right.
And sometimes it's good to wait, you know, maybe a week, maybe a month. Look on message boards, forums, see what other people were experiencing with that update first before you consider it.
Right.
Because there's always going to be a guinea pig.
Let me cut in, just be fair. There's going to be, I mean, there's things that get overlooked and what have you, but, you know, like what I was mentioning before is just, oh, we got to get it out there. We got to get it out there and everything. And if it's a video game or, you know, a phone or something like that you use for pleasure, that's one thing. But for the community or for professionals or people who are making a living off of this software and everything, we don't have time to troubleshoot the software for you. That's all I got to say. Am I miffed? Do I sound miffed?
No, that's true. I
I
mean,
am miffed.
From a business perspective, that's great. They don't have to pay as many people to troubleshoot something, but there's too many repercussions in that. It's got to be a little bit more controlled, like a beta testing type deal.
Right.
Where people would be willing, oh, man, that's awesome. A new version of this came out.
Right.
I can piddle on this and mess with it and just doodle along.
Let a beta tester piddle and doodle. Don't piddle and doodle on me. That's what I feel like sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being
there are
piddled
people
on.
that actually, they need to get progress done right then, right now, and they can't do that when they're pushing an update that is not polished.
Right.
It's more of an inconvenience.
It's like you wake up one morning and somebody has come along and replaced all the steering wheels on everyone's car with airplane controls like a joystick, and they're like, what happened to my steering wheel? Well, see, that was last week. This week we felt that everybody should drive the car with a joystick, and so everybody's out there running into each other is what the result is. I mean, that's an analogy, but it's accurate as far as this. Just give us something that works. And, well, anyway, this is how you do it out there, guys. If you really depend on something, I mean, if you depend on your phone for business, if you depend on your phone for whatever it is, don't jump the gun and just grab it.
Hey, this is Zelda. I'm not in right now. Please leave a message.
It's not the Blue Fairy thing, is it? I only had to go to the Blue Fairy for an elixir, I'll tell you. Ganon's castle, filled with pig soldiers, they don't play. Had nothing, no romantical situations were arising at that time, Zelda.
Do you know something cool that we should know about? Is there something we forgot to talk about? Let us know. Contact us at www.electronmagazine.com.
Do you remember when you were a kid, playing Nintendo and it wouldn't work? You take the cartridge out, blow on it, and that would magically fix a problem. Every kid in America did that. But how did we all know how to fix a problem? There was no internet or message boards or FAQs. We just figured it out.
I think people are
more these days.
Yeah, I think people are attracted to things that are heterogeneous, and actually everybody is just so done with homogeneity, which is what, you know, overarching governments and patriarchy want us to love, because it keeps us safe and it keeps us under the thumb. And I think everybody who's got a brain and a real heart knows that we keep things different. It's biodiversity, right? That's what, you know, that's what Mother Nature intended too.
Amazing!
This is the Electron Show. Contact us at www.electronmagazine.com.
And now, another episode of Sparkle Girl.
So I went to this place called the library, and you can like take books from there and bring it home, but apparently you have to take them back.
Tune in again next time for another episode of Sparkle Girl.
I got a blister on my finger. It's huge. It's huge, man.
A recent study has shown that playing beer pong contributes to the spread of mono and the flu. Yeah, if you suck at it.
Oh man, I want to rip it. I want to rip it so bad. Oh no, it's bleeding. I need a Band-Aid. Has anybody got a Band-Aid? Mountain Dew.
Can we all just agree to ignore whatever comes after Blu-rays? I don't want to have to restart my collection.
Hi, my name is Leela Moss from Roman Remains, and you're listening to The Electron Show. Hello, Meletius. I wish you were here.
And now, it is time to enter Area 11, the Conversation Pit.
Got a workstation in there. They've got a computer and a television screen.
So it's been a great show. It's time to relax here in the Conversation Pit, but it's hard to relax. I find it hard to relax because I'm still reeling from the concert with Gary Numan, the Splinter tour. Big Black Delta, Roman Remains. Oh my good, Dark One. Are you recovered yet at all?
Slightly. Enough to function.
I mean, I could see tomorrow, he wakes up and this leprechaun is standing over his bed that looks like, a centerfold from one of those magazines with a pot of gold going, I'm going to make all your wishes come true. And he said, my wish already came true. I got to meet Gary Numan. It's like,
buzz off. I don't need you anymore. I don't remember anything before the 17th. My life did not begin until yesterday.
My life. Oh, my life.
Oh, crap. He's skipping again.
Bob Dolam, hit him with a broomstick. my.
Never before.
I saw Gary Numan live, and I didn't know exactly how to take it. Never before have I felt so in disarray.
Well, and of course, Meletius has been down in Florida.
Yep.
Wish you could have been here, but we did send you a great present, didn't we?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Of course, all the bands sent, hello, Meletius. Wish you were here, buddy. They all sent him greetings and everything, so that made him feel better, right? It made you feel better.
Yes, it actually did. It made me feel a lot better.
So that was my present. That was my present for you.
Well, that was an awesome present. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. Anytime.
I had one of those Napoleon Dynamite moments like, oh, I wish I could have been there.
And one of my highlights was getting to talk to John and hang out with John from Big Black Delta. What an amazing performance. What amazing performance. And of course, he said that, he's going to be off the road. They're finishing up the tour and they're going to end up in San Francisco. Now, when he gets off the tour, Gary Numan continues on to Australia. But Big Black Delta, John, is going to be working on his new album, so he says he's going to Skype in with us on a future program. That's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's awesome.
The website for Big Black Delta is really interesting. And I know, Meletius, you've been there. It's very sci-fi, just like some of his videos and everything. It's amazing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But one of the cool things is he has this cat, and he has the most amazing cat pictures. It's like RoboCat, which is like RoboCop, but it's with a cat face. There's psychedelic cats on there. Of course, you can identify with that, Meletius, because you have a special needs cat. And of course, I'm speaking about Roxy, the special needs cat.
Yes.
So has Roxy been behaving herself lately?
Running, chasing nothing, and staring at the wall. She does this interesting thing. It's cute, scares people, but she can turn her head like an owl.
So basically, it's like the Exorcat.
A little bit, yeah.
And occasionally you have a catastrophe.
Yes.
Well,
yes, I do.
Enough of that motif. Well, first of all, before we get into the conversations and everything, of course, we have to have a little snack. So, does anybody have any ideas?
I actually have a good idea.
Oh, yeah?
Very easy to make, and does not cost a lot of money either.
Well, I'm all for that.
They're actually called biscuit pizzas.
Yeah, well,
and
the working word is pizza. I'm all ears. Give it to me.
Basically what you do, ingredients consist of 1 can of biscuits. You also get a jar of pizza sauce, pepperonis, or pretty much any type of toppings that you want, if you want veggies or whatnot.
Yeah.
If you want to do sausage, just something that I found out real easy to do, get like sausage links and cook them either in the microwave or, in the skillet until they get thoroughly cooked, and then cut them up.
Wait a minute. Well, you don't like sausage sushi?
No, you'll see the reason. No, sausage sushi is a no go. And also cheese, of course, and then the only thing that you do is you basically take the biscuits out of the can. And you use a steak knife is easier this way. Just cut the biscuit as it's still dough. And 1 biscuit can make 2 pizzas.
Cool.
Yeah. So you do the math, however many biscuits are in the can times, cutting it in half. I mean, you could pretty much feed yourself all day if you're
sounds like me.
Intensely gaming, or if you have, like people coming over, or, if you just want something quick and easy. I mean, you can easily, wrap up the rest of the dough. And the only thing you do is you just basically cut the biscuit in half, put the pizza sauce on, and your toppings, and
just
cook it for
a pizza pan. You stick it in the oven.
Yeah, you put it on a cookie sheet or pizza pan, whatever that you want to. But basically, you're cooking it long enough for the biscuits to actually cook.
Yeah.
And after that, you're good to go. And
great.
Little to no mess.
That sounds great. Of course, grease the pan,
delicious.
Grease the pan down, or put some no stick spray on there or something.
Yes, definitely. You have to do that. Another thing too, if you have any leftover chicken breast or anything like that, you cut it up and make barbecue chicken pizza.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Man, that sounds... Hey, Dark One, that sounds great, doesn't it?
Yes. Indubitably.
He's still in shock. It's so great. It's like driving back. He was like... it's like Patrick, Patrick Starfish.
I don't know where I am.
That's right, Patrick. Are you okay?
No, can't see my forehead.
Do you have a pulse?
Sort of. It comes and goes.
Yeah,
I think we lost him.
No, he gets to talk to Gary Numan and everything, and of course Gary Newman's road manager kept looking at me like, who is that guy? So I thought, well, I'll let Dark One handle this, and I'll just hang out with Steve, the guitar player, which actually was really cool too.
Awesome.
We really hit it off because we were talking about Telecasters. They were all playing Les Pauls. Yeah, that was one thing about Gary Numan's Splinter tour. It's absolutely awesome. Anybody that has a chance to go, better go, because it's almost like this special moment in musical history, I think. I really do. Dark One, wasn't it amazing? I mean, give us your opinion if you're...
Now that I've collected myself to some degree.
Watching him, he was like,
It was surreal.
But it was still a big show.
Yes, it was a small venue, but massive proportions. I mean, there were 2 openers. It was a tiny stage, but there was still so much energy contained within that stage.
It was more energy. I don't know. You hear these big groups and they go, we have to go to a special music town like Nashville and go to a smaller venue and everything because they connect and everything. And if you see, I mean, a month ago, Gary Numan, they were in Israel to a big audience and we were all just floored. Anyway, he's going to be playing these huge arenas and huge venues in Australia, and it's like $80, $90 or whatever a ticket to see him. it was such a cool
and you're
thing.
You're still so far away. In this case, you're right up on it. It's like there was still plenty of room for everybody to get a chance to get a clear shot of everything that was going on.
Oh, yeah.
You could easily be only 10, 15 feet away if you wanted to be. And another thing, you were talking about lights. They still had really good lighting. And it was busy. It wasn't just one strobe or something. It was like laser lights going all over the place.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
That's sick.
The place was lit up.
And talking about all ages, I mean, there was everybody you can, from, long-haired, ponytailed, gray-haired guys down to college on up. I mean, it was such a diverse crowd, and it was this really magical moment. And of course, I have from the first pressing of the Pleasure Principle album from Gary Numan, and what did I do? I left it at home.
Oh.
And I was like, I should take this with me and, take the jacket and get it autographed. I'm talking, vinyl LP. This is,
Right.
We got broken drumsticks.
Ooh, souvenirs.
Yeah. Gary Numan's drummer thing. Of course, he shatters a pair of sticks and everything. So they're laying there, and the guy said, "Hey, man, why don't you take these?" And they're Dave Grohl signature series Ludwig sticks, which are kind of cool anyway, but they're destroyed and everything. So, but I brought them home, left them on the table this morning. I'm like, and so son comes through and goes, well, how's the show? I said, there's a present for you on the kitchen table. She's like, drumsticks? It's been broken in half. She's like, oh, this is so cool.
That's very nice. Thank you.
You can subscribe to Electron Magazine for free. Keep up with new articles and informative stuff as soon as it happens. To subscribe free, just visit us at www.electronmagazine.com and select the free subscription information to learn how.
MapQuest really needs to start their directions on number 5. Pretty sure I know how to get out of my neighborhood.
Roman Remains was, it was really something. They were really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and not only that, they're great people too. So we'll have some more from them in later shows. I've got some things planned.
Oh, that's cool.
But one of the really coolest guys, which it's in Gary Numan's band, is Steve Harris, the guitar player. And
awesome.
He looks, I hope he'll forgive me for saying this, but he's really cool looking, but he looks like one of the guys from...
Yeah, I think you're thinking like the Road Warrior and...
it's the Road Warrior.
Thunderdome?
The Road Warrior.
Like that's subtitles.
Yep.
The guys that was running around, with the mohawks on the motorcycles and whatever. That's what Steve looks like, man. He's like...
Get out.
He's very like foreboding. And he's a tremendous guitar player, and he's one of these just the most genuine guy.
Awesome.
And I'm going to have more from him in an article.
Oh, that's cool.
Somebody's typing.
Hey, just be happy I didn't get a mechanical keyboard. Clink, 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 clink,
Yeah, it is
clink,
picking up.
clink.
Y'all say something else.
Something else.
I'm trying to get a cleaner signal. I think I got it now.
Oh man! Oh my God, that was great. The buzz and then the. Oh my God, that was great.
This will be heard on this week's edition of Retro shocks the shit out of himself.
Oh man, that was great. You couldn't have timed, man. You couldn't have timed that, even if you tried. Just
all right.
Picture, if you will, Jimmy cracking corn. But why is Jimmy cracking corn?
Picture me not giving a crap.
And I don't care. Why do
right.
I not care? Because it's not my living room that Jimmy is cracking corn in.
I'm glad I got a recording of that. Okay, let's.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time. Come here, Mad Cat. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
All right, since everybody's in a good mood. Oh God, I got to tell you though, but I made this really nice. I call it Italian gumbo, and I was still burnt out from last night. I got less sleep than normal anyway, but I got up and I had a whole bunch of stuff to do, so I was like really tired. I made this and I was like, oh, I feel good. And I'll leave Skype on and I'll just wait for the guys to get on and call. So I kind of stretch out on the floor and then and I nodded off, and then I woke up having this nightmare that what? There's a test today? No. It was one of those, but it was like, hey, where's the show? You said there was going to be a show on. I'm like, what? No. No. So
awesome. Yeah, I ran into a crazy situation at work today. So yeah, things.
What happened? Was it another?
Just put it this way.
I'm trying to play Metal Gear and I can't.
Oh god, yeah. He wanted a flight simulation joystick. I'm like, yeah, we don't sell those here.
What was he playing?
He really didn't specify on the game. He said it was like some like robot game and a lot of flight simulators. Apparently, he must be really bad at flight simulators because this thing was like jacked. I mean, it was.
What, he like destroyed it?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I think he kind of raged out, or maybe he just needs to play flight simulators. Yeah, because normally the base is supposed to be able to move around pretty decently, and this thing was like stuck to one side and like kind of bent, and a lot of the padding or whatnot that was on the hand was rubbed off. So I'm like,
Sounds like somebody's got a flight simulator problem.
I'm gonna fly this. I'm a man.
He's trying to do barrel rolls with a 747 or something.
Yeah, it's like pull up, and he's just
dangling by a couple of wires.
Yeah, the whole rage out. I bet he tried to flip the table, but couldn't do it. He was like, "Ah, forget this!" And then he broke the controller and Stanley's like, "Oh."
Smacks it off the table.
Dadgummit.
I know he had the experience like me. It's like, the Wii controller is like, put your hand through the strap. Make sure you do. I'm like, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Next thing I know, I'm repairing the wall.
Yep, I got hit in the kneecap. Yay! Yeah, playing good old Wii bowling, but it was actually attached to the wrist. The problem was is that the hand was sweaty and the person that was trying to bowl and just crack. Yeah.
Well, see, that's what's good about certain stores that will take used equipment. You can just, you destroy something, you go up there, I don't want to play Wii anymore. Would you buy this? And then, you see it in a bag next week and you snicker like, too bad the fool is going to buy that.
Keep the packaging. We'll see you next week. Snap.
I don't know. I'm not gonna mention the name of the store, of course. But it's you go in there and you see this used stuff hanging in their little baggies, and you're going, I can just walk out of here, walk about 100 yards, and buy it for about $5 cheaper, brand new.
Mm-hmm. Manipulation.
I guess so. And you used to work at a particular store, like we're talking about. You were like,
oh yes,
you were a big guru there.
Yeah, and the things that you see, first off, you get all types of interesting people that come in. Some people that know what they want. Some people that have no clue whatsoever. You try to ask them, what are you looking for? I want that thing that does that stuff. Okay, well, I already can tell this is going to be a bad experience.
You got that thing that does that stuff? Oh, yeah. We have that in our on our stuff aisle.
Has that guy that's wearing that green, around his body, and he's doing that whatchamacallit stuff with that, and that over there no. Yeah, it's over there. It's basically anything that's less than $10 will work. It does a lot of things and stuff.
It's like a lot of conversations I've been having lately. They all start off like this. So, like, there's this dude. It's like a lot of conversations start like things and stuff. So there was this dude, and he had some things and stuff. I'm like, this is going to be an intelligent conversation.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, here's one. Recently, stocking the shelves, somebody came up to me with an attitude, just straight off, saying that they couldn't find something, but they worded it something to the effect of, do you have any idea why you don't carry this anymore?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, I walked over there, and as I was making my way over there towards her, I pointed to the top shelf where it was located, and of course her tune changed instantly when she realized she didn't look hard enough. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
No, Dark One.
And of course,
you pulled out your magic wand and
ease
went.
this
Ding.
situation, you gotta, pull a little customer service stunt and comfort them a little bit, pad the issue so it doesn't seem as severe.
Gotta walk over there and give them a nice cradling hug. It's like, shh.
I just thought
everything's gonna be okay.
No, you made me think of this guy who's like, why doesn't my wife just come out and just ask direct questions? It's like, he's like still thinks he's a bachelor, so he leaves his underwear on the floor, and she's like, she won't answer. Why did you leave your underwear on the floor? It's like, no. She asks, are these yours? The only thing you can think of is, well, I hope so, because if they're not, I have a few questions of my own.
Shirts get dirty. Underwear gets dirty. Pants? Pants never get dirty, and you can wear them forever.
Thanks for joining us for the Electron Show, the program for the positively charged culture. Your host was Retro. Join us on the World Wide Web at www.electronmagazine.com. This is your announcer, Mystery, inviting you to join us for each episode as we explore all things awesome. Copyright for The Electron Show and Electron Magazine is by our Executive Director and Producer, Tony Rollo. All rights reserved.